Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Real Talk Radio here with you again. And this is my third Hope for Healing video. In the first one, I touched on what I felt might be a link between places of trauma that are being touched within us by God and being healed. And in the second video, I talked about how fear and trauma might be linked because, of course, if we go through a traumatic experience, there's likely to be fear involved. And so it has been my experience that God very much wants to address our fears and get us free from those fears. And so in this third Hope for Healing video, it just seemed like a natural progression to me that if we are starting a genuine healing process where trauma and our fears are beginning to get addressed, that as we start to see some light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and we're seeing some healing, we might be starting to feel better, and we can just see something taking place within us, we're most likely going to experience some rays of hope, at least the first glimmers of hope peeking through, which is an awesome thing. So I wanted to take a look at hope in this video. And I have titled the series Hope for Healing because I truly believe that when we are able to begin a process of inviting God into places of wounding and trauma, we really do have the hope of healing. So I did want to share again some scriptures. These are just some that I felt might foster hope, encourage hope. But before I do that, I also wanted to share something that I found online. I don't know who wrote it. They didn't have an author listed, so I can't give them credit. But I do want to say thank you to whoever shared these thoughts with the world because I found them to be really helpful. They help me as I'm focusing on my journey to healing from trauma in particular, and being, delivered from fear. And just as I've been going through my process, I just find this really helpful. So if anyone listening is really aware of the fact that they are in the process of that kind of journey as well, or you're about to start one, I'm just going to share these points with you in the hopes that you'll find them encouraging and strengthening as well. So I'll start with reading those, and then I'm just going to move into the scriptures. So, and then I'll also probably just, I'll let the music fade out like I've been doing at the end there, so that, I don't know, I'm doing that kind of hoping to give everybody a moment to reflect and even prayerfully reflect if you feel to do that, because sometimes those quiet moments can be really powerful as well. So, and I do want to thank you all for tuning in with me and joining me on my journey. As always, I really appreciate each one of you. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead with these. There are actually 9 points that I wanted to begin with, and I just really hope they help with the focus as you're going through, hopefully, a healing process as well. Okay, so they start with saying, you don't need to apologize for. So here we go. I'm just going to go right into these and then the scriptures. You don't need to apologize for loving someone. You don't need to apologize for saying no. You don't need to apologize for following your dream. You don't need to apologize for your priorities. You don't need to apologize for ending a toxic relationship. You don't need to apologize for your imperfections. You don't need to apologize for standing your ground. You don't need to apologize for telling the truth. Okay, that's the last one, and here are the scriptures. Psalm 27, verse 10. Even if everyone else abandons me, the Lord will hold me close. Exodus 14, verse 14. Don't be afraid, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we can ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. Romans 8, verse 26. The Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Isaiah 33, verse 2. Lord, be gracious to us. We long for you. Be our strength every morning, our salvation in time of distress. Isaiah 40, verse 29. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Psalms 30, verse 2. Lord my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. Psalms 16, verse 8. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me.